This is my summary of John chapter 3, I guess. Um, um, I guess John chapter 3 was mostly about examples of Jesus Christ's divinity and other messages that Jesus was trying to convey. He used multiple examples. Well, they weren't really, he wasn't using multiple examples, it was really stories added by John. And so yeah, I think talked about the the Samaritan woman at the well. The Samaritan woman at the well was mostly about Jesus going out of social norms and two people not being able to come to an agreement about a certain topic. That was basically the whole story about, well, not really the whole story, that was one point of the story, one point, like one main detail of the story. Another main detail was Jesus talking about living water. Living water is like living water is like living water. What is living water? Living water is like living water. Living water. Okay. Living water is what people call, well, in their times, living water was running water that went into stagnant water, which stagnant water does not move. And if running water goes into that stagnant water, the stagnant water is also called living water. Now that living water was used for ceremonial things and spiritual uplifting, to increase your spirit and stuff like that. So not like like your core, your nature, which is your spirit, and who you are inside, like your character. So yeah, that's another main point, was living water. And how Jesus showed the Samaritan woman, he prophesied over her, which caused the Samaritan woman to believe that he is the Messiah, and Jesus telling her that he is the Messiah, which caused her village, or I think it was a town maybe, or whoever listened to her, that said she was listened to her when she went back to the town to testify that Jesus was the Messiah, and that she found him. And also a small part of John 3, but significant, I'd say, was that Jesus says, his disciples come from the town that the woman was dwelling in, which was, the Samaritan town, where they were buying food at the town. and they're getting food for Jesus and stuff, or just to eat and stuff. And they asked Jesus to eat something while the Samaritan woman was telling her people about him being the Messiah and prophesying. But Jesus said that doing God's will is his food, and you can relate to that because when you're playing video games or when you're engaged with something so much that you don't really worry about anything else. You don't really you're not really you're not able to register like being hungry or needing to go to the bathroom or being tired because you're so engaged in something. So that's why Jesus said doing God's will is like eating food. So therefore he did not need food. He said no. I did not feed food. And he also said that he says something like he said to his disciples, do you not say that in 6 months a harvest is coming or something? And he, when by saying this, Jesus was referring to the Samaritan woman in the town as food and crop to be harvested. Come on, let's go. And then that's like third or fourth detail. Not too significant, but pretty significant. And then there was the fourth great detail of John 4, which talks about a noble or some type of high status person asking Jesus to heal his son who was sick. And then unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but Jesus said, you people will not believe until you see miracles and stuff. And what Jesus meant by this is he didn't want to people to rely on him or rely or believe in him because he does miracles and follow him because he does miracles, but because of who he is and who his nature is and what his character is and what spirit he has and who he is, which is God. And but he healed his son, and the time he healed his son was the moment that he told the man to go home to his son and that he would be healed. That is the moment the child was healed. So that reflects his divinity. And but I think the sentence for that you guys would not believe without seeing miracles, that one sentence reflects the whole fifth grader detail, great detail. So yeah. And yeah. So main point of the fifth grader detail is believing without seeing. Yes. So believing in God's character and his promises without seeing them, but believing that they will happen, and trusting. Believing is intertwined with trust, by the way. But I think that's my summary for John 4. It could be more revised. But, yep. Goodbye.